This next tip is for people using Safari on an iPhone. Um, it's something that maybe some don't need, but I believe others will, and I find it very, very convenient. The problem with Safari on mobile is that you don't see the tabs. Actually, you can see them if you turn your phone landscape. But if you do that, you have very little vertical space, and it's not very practical that way. But it does look just like on desktop. So everybody's familiar with tabs in a browser on desktop being at the top. But they're not in the same place. In fact, you have to click a button to see them really, unless you know this little trick. So again, this is for Safari, the browser on iPhone. And the way it works is like this. I'm going to go into Safari here. And what most people don't understand is if you're moving around in a web page in Safari, all of the controls disappear down here. So some people don't even know about tabs. They don't think about it when they're working on mobile. But if you click in the address bar, you get all your controls, including the tabs right over here. So you have the share button, and you have bookmarks and history, and then you have tabs over here. So if you click tabs, you'll see your tabs and you can interact with them. You can go back through them and select one to go to it. I think probably this interface is not completely understood by people that don't use tabs all the time on mobile. So that's another little issue with it. But there's actually an easier way, and I think even people that are very familiar with tabs probably don't know this little secret. But I use it all the time, especially if you're going back and forth between two tabs. It's really, really convenient. And the way you do that is you simply, again, if you're scrolling through, it won't work. You have to click on the address bar. But then once you do that, you just drag, and if you drag to the right, you're going to the previous tab. And if you drag across that address bar again, you go to the previous tab, the one before that, and the one before that. So it's like scrolling up when you're in the tab control here. You can go, obviously, the other direction just by dragging left on your address bar. And if you go far enough, if you go to the most recent tab and you keep dragging, you'll go to your start page. So I'm going to drag past the most recent, and you'll see the start page come right up there. And if people have configured the start page, that's another thing that a lot of people don't do. But if they do that, they'll see the tabs that they've been using on their other devices. They'll see their shortcuts to their bookmarks, and they'll be organized like you're familiar with and your favorites. So this is another reason that this is really nice. But again, you just drag to the right to go to the previous tab, and you drag to the left to go to a more recent tab. And it's very convenient in that way. So that's a tip for this session, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.